And welcome to Roll Incorporated on the Dice Cult. My name is Matt, and I am your. I think I'm still friendly. We're still friendly, right, guys? My friend, your friendly GM. I haven't killed anybody. Almost killed Clara last week, but I didn't. But yeah, here we are for another night of fantastic D&D. Half an hour earlier for a 3-hour stream now, so we can get a little bit more role play in because we don't do that enough. And we'll see what this feels like. So to start us off, I'm going to kick it over to Jackie, who has announcements.
I do. Hello, welcome back. To start things off with an exciting note, if you stick around until the break, we have a very special surprise for you, provided by our own guitar master, that we will be posting a link to right before break. So please stick around to see that. It is made just for you. Just some housekeeping. If you have a Twitch Prime account, you can subscribe for free once a month to us, but you do need to re-up that every month. We'd love to have your support if you choose to do so. As always, we really look forward to interacting with you guys on any media whatsoever. So if you want to hop over to Twitter, follow us there, chat with us here in the chat. I said chat a lot. We're going to keep moving on.
Talk to us.
Oh God.
We are lonely people, and we need you to talk to us.
Please talk to us. We need friends. If you've missed any of the episodes, you can go back and watch over on the Dice Cult YouTube page under the Roll Incorporated playlist. As always, if you'd like to follow any of our socials, you can type !social in the chat. If you'd like to see our homebrew rules, it's !ROLLINC, I believe. And I'm telegraphing it this time. As always, smash that follow button, hit that subscribe, and settle in for our D&D.
That was nice. It was like a wave across. It was almost. You guys are getting really close.
For a while. One of these days, it'll be.
I'll get like flags that say like "Get ready."
I do want to do a quick shout out to Dungeon Draft and Wonder Draft. Those are the software that I use to make maps. I don't have to shout them out. I can make maps with them without shouting them out because you can do a one-time purchase and you get them. I'm just doing that because I had to make maps today, and it was amazing how easy it was. And I had a lot of maps because I don't know where they're going. Also, some of the maps that you see today or in the near future are going to be off of Afternoon Maps. He has a Patreon. He also doesn't require a shout out, but he makes some amazing maps. He has something like 50 map packs up there, everything from mansions to wilderness to caves. Good stuff. Go check him out on Patreon. $2 gets you access to everything, and that's pretty dope. Anyway, let's dive into some D&D. Last week, a lot happened. You guys got back from hunting the serial killer, and after threatening to end their life, you chased them out of town, out of the woods, and told them to cross the wall and never come back. You returned back to your quest giver, Captain Gleason, and got your money. Let the Rook know that you had done his favor for him, or gotten him his favor, and then you went off to your own devices. You returned. Clara went to visit her boyfriend, and nearly died after talking to him for 7 or 8 minutes as things came through the portal. But he saved her life once, and then she got the heck out of Dodge without dying. But now there's something like 9, 12, 7 lightning eels in her secret laboratory. So we'll see how that works out. Magda and Caden had a nice evening of tattooing and conversation. And Magda and Clara made plans for dinner the next day. Olivia stalked Clara on a date with not really a
surveillance.
It was more like just a nice evening with Sherman, and Hurdler continued his study of the wild and got his survival badge in in being able to track, although he still can't track owls. And that was what we did last week. It doesn't sound like a whole lot when I say it that way, but it was extremely interesting stuff. And we're going to pick up on, you guys went to bed on Friday night after all that happened. And we pick up Saturday morning with you guys waking up at various and sundry times of the day. So let's start with Hurd, because he wasn't there last week. So let's see, when Hurd wakes up, when do you wake up, Hurd? Do you get up early? Do you get up late?
Can I roll for that?
Sure. Give me, we're going to say a D12 starting at midnight to noon. You might just wake up super early. 10, you wake up at 10 o'clock.
It's on brand.
Yeah, that's
All
on
right,
brand.
I wake up at 10 o'clock.
What's you got planned for this? You got 2 days before you guys agreed to get together to go pick up, or at least get together, right? You had agreed to get together sometime on Sunday afternoon to figure out what you're going to do next. I think, if not, correct me, Magda, my keen mind in real life. Yeah. So what are you guys doing? What are you doing, Hurd?
Yeah, so am I the only one awake?
At the well, you live by yourself, so yeah.
Okay. I'm going to grab some coffee because that's the first thing I do every morning.
All right. You step out of your little apartment and begin the gentle walk to your favorite coffee spot. And as you go through the city, so the first thing that strikes you about this is the tension that's in the air. There seems to be this everybody is moving with purpose, with determination. There's as you kind of look around the city, you see that almost every single blacksmith's chimney is blazing, which is unusual. There's just smoke pouring out of all the blacksmiths. People are just running around like crazy. You see a column of watchers just moving through the city, heading towards the somewhere. And it is just absolutely like not pandemonium and panic, just a high intensity for some reason today.
This is not normal, right? This is
not normal at all.
Excuse me. You.
Yeah?
What's going on here?
You haven't heard?
I am Hurd.
Oh, okay. And then he heads off.
No. Wait. What's please, I haven't heard.
There's another crack in the wall. A crack opened up in the wall last night. The watchers are recruiting. They're talking about a mandatory service. I gotta go. And he just heads off.
Well, that's concerning. I better go tell the rest of the party as I talk to myself on my way to get some coffee first, of course, because that's most important.
Obviously. So who wakes up next?
Olivia's been up.
Okay.
But I don't think she got a long rest. It's supposed to be 4 hours, but like she didn't go to sleep till like 5.
Oh yeah, because you walked around the city forever the night before.
Well, actually, she may have slept in, so it might be if she woke up at 9, that was sleeping in. So she would get a long rest if she woke up at 9. But she does want to speak to Hurd, so the only place she knows to do that is the coffee shop. So she's heading there.
You get up, throw your gear on. As you head out the door, you see the same thing going on. That you see groups of guys in your neighborhood just talking, and you can overhear them talking about how they're thinking about signing up to the watch again. And there's it sounds like you overhear conversation. It sounds like a militia is forming, separate from the watch, more like an army. And just the city is just completely up and awake and on high alert. As you sort of ask for more information, you find out that the crack in the wall opened last night, but they didn't discover it until this morning, so they're not sure what it might gotten through.
Yeah, she wouldn't have asked just a random person. I mean, if she did ask, she probably wouldn't have asked. But maybe if she did ask, she'd ask another watch member.
Sure.
But-
Sorry, I
Yeah.
assumed
She doesn't
on
talk
that.
to
Should have waited.
people.
Yeah.
She,
Best
yeah.
friends. So you meet up with Hurd at the coffee shop.
Olivia, come join me. I have some news.
Okay.
Surely you've heard, right?
Yeah, she's kind of just shuffles over. Still standing up straight, but like more hunched than usual. But plops down in a seat beside you.
Well, what's wrong?
Oh, did some endurance training yesterday. Just a little sore. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, right. You see all this?
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a crack in the wall.
Hmm.
Another crack in the wall?
Yeah. There had been one before. I thought it was just fake news, but apparently it's a thing. Should we be? I don't know if we should be concerned. I haven't gotten any information from any of my higher ups, which I'd assume I should, since I'm now a corporal. But
You work directly underneath one person. You no longer have a tier of higher ups.
she's not used to that.
You know, Olivia, at what point, you know, we're a party now. We've got these two new friends. It's not just our family unit. At what point do we go investigate this directly?
Why? I mean,
For curiosity, of course.
I guess we could, but what reason do we have?
To be the heroes of the town. To save our mother for, I don't know how you get from one to that, but it might happen, huh?
Why do we need to be heroes? That's dangerous. We're trying to make money, not save a bunch of people that.
But aren't heroes rich?
Oh, yeah. That is a good point.
So
I
I
guess
don't
you are
know
thinking-
how that works exactly, if you become a hero and then you get rich, or the heroic acts
Well,
are profitable. But
there's that one book that that Hurd had about that heroic quest. I think the hero usually found the treasure on the quest or made money after. So I guess we do have to be heroic first. That's annoying.
so we should go check out this crack in the wall.
I guess it's not the worst thing. It's better than that weird tiefling criminal that you talked about having a treasure hunt.
Well, I mean, there's something to that as well. Can't you be heroic doing that as well?
They're a criminal that we accidentally broke out of prison.
I mean, she seemed like a very nice woman.
You're way too trusting.
You put up too much of a wall.
Apparently walls aren't holding up very well around here, so I don't know what good that'd be. Anyway,
Well, if your endurance training has anything to do with it, I'm not sure that your walls are holding up either.
speaking of training, all right, Hurd. If we are doing this party thing, I noticed that you do a similar type of fighting to me. I think we should work on that. Getting used to fighting together.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What do you say, the pits?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little sore today. But no, it's fine. I can go. Yeah, no. Today's good. Yeah.
You sure you don't want a day off?
No, it's fine. It's good.
What were you doing? Like, what sort of endurance training? I'm curious because we're kind of we do the same type of fighting style, and so I'm curious for my own benefit.
Sprints in armor are very useful for that. The extra weight.
Armor.
Yeah. Might be helpful.
I just wrote that down.
Yeah. that's about it. I was doing some surveillance and ended up finding a good opportunity to get a workout in as well.
Are you not telling me the whole story here? What sort of surveillance? I suppose, or is it on a need to know basis?
Yeah,
I need to know, right? I'm your family.
I mean, sometimes it's watch stuff, you know.
I was in the watch. You can talk to me. If there's a person you can talk to.
You know, well, I mean, we've been working alongside the Rook, and you know, he's a sketchy guy. So I was doing some surveillance on one of his subordinates, and went across town, and so I just sprinted to follow.
Interesting. Probably a good idea to do. Did you learn anything?
Yeah, I got some good intel. Definitely found a couple of the people he was working with. Found some interesting things, some weird accomplices. Yeah. Heard I got it. Okay. Clara is dating someone from the Rook.
What?
Yeah. You know Sherman?
Sherman, the orc?
Yeah. She went out with him.
Not that there's anything wrong with being an
No,
orc.
no, that's fine. That's fine. It's just he's a criminal.
So did you talk to her?
Yeah, they went on a full date, like dancing and stuff. Like they were so close.
Well,
I lost them at one point. I don't know what they did. I think he went back to her house.
Honestly, Olivia, what's the worst of two evils?
They're both bad though.
She knows how to pick them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it runs in the family. I don't know what to do, man. Maybe you can talk to her. You're good at the feeling stuff.
You know what? I think the best thing we can do is to encourage her to make the right decision. You know, a decision that comes from her.
But
I mean, she's her own person. She has her own opinions. She's a grown-up. She can make her own decisions.
Yes. God damn it. You always gotta be logical. I guess. But it's really sketchy. I don't know. I think he's interested in, like,
of course, we should keep
motives.
Yeah. We should keep an eye on what's going on behind the scenes. Whatever reconnaissance or what surveillance you said work, you should continue doing that.
Yeah.
Perhaps, you know, I'm quite sneaky in this armor. I might be able to help you myself.
Yeah, I knew I was right. To watch. Yeah, he was looking after her time magic, which is weird stuff. I don't trust that. Yeah. Yeah, let's go to the pits. I need to work off some steam. I guess finish your coffee and we'll head out.
As they finish their conversation, Magda and Caden, do you guys get up early or you sleep until like 11, 12? Okay. Clara?
Well, I think Caden will be up probably by like 9:30ish kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does your early morning consist of before Magda gets up?
Usually tidying up anything from the night before. Used to kind of getting up and making sure that everything from any guests or anything like that, just kind of his usual routine, has all been cleaned up from the night before. There's been some parties over the years and events and
Not our usual.
Alrighty, and we're back. Yep, and we can be heard. Sorry about that. For some reason, all of our AV died at the same time. But Kevin, thankfully, was hard at work and has us back up and going. So, round of applause for Kevin. And Caden was in the middle of telling us something about his daily schedule after he picks up after parties.
Yeah, Caden is used to interesting guests from time to time, or cleaning up after sorted parties, or whatever else maybe need to cleaned up from the night before. So he kind of gets up in the morning, make sure everything's kind of put away, everything's cleaned up. There's nobody on any couches or anything like that, and then we'd probably go to the window and seeing like stuff busy outside, would be curious and want to go out and see what's going on.
Okay. So you get roughly the same information they have, unless you do any deeper digging.
Digger dipping. No, he'll totally digger dip, and I think I'm just kidding. I think that's fine. He just gave the general information, cracking the ball.
Damage.
He'd ask if there's any place that the Watcher are meeting, or if there's any sort of like, is there any, you talk about the talk of conscription. Is there any sort of sign up, anything going on?
So as you sort of dig through what people are saying, you figure out that the talk of conscription, forced conscription, is fear. People just talking. But because you've filtered through rumors and things before, and you realize that the talk of it spawned out of the fact that they are starting a militia, people who've been in the Watch before who are now willing to come back and rejoin. They are also encouraging everybody to take up arms. So even if you haven't been trained in it, they're offering, they're going to roll out in the next week or two free classes for everybody to learn how to fight. They're rolling out the blacksmiths, and things are just starting to pour out weapons and gear and just stockpiling. It's basically they're asking everybody who's in fit physical condition to either start learning to more magic. They're opening up attack spells. There's special permits for attack magic. They are just preparing as if this whole country is going to war. But not quite. Just they realize that if the wall really cracks, then they need everybody to be able to respond in an instant, and they're just ramping up for it. So volunteers at the moment, but if this continues to get bad, it'll become conscription probably.
Okay, come back in, make sure there's water and stuff, and some clean bandages and stuff like that for Magda's tattoo, all that kind of stuff laid out for whenever she gets up, and that's it.
Okay. Clara, what time do you roll out of bed?
Probably early. She got back and went straight to bed. She did not wake up her dad. Probably 8-ish. Before the shop opens, probably going down to clean up and make sure whatever mess he might have made the previous day with his tinkering is cleaned up and ready for customers.
So when you get down there, you find him actually already there. The whole place has been cleaned up. He did it already. And he sees you as you come down the stairs, and he is pulling out boxes and boxes of stuff. He is just pulling out a whole bunch of stuff out from underneath the shelves and digging through. Oh, Clara, glad you're here. Do you know where we keep the powdered silver? I know we had more of it in stock, but we're missing. I only have this, and he holds up a vial. There should be another 5 or 6 pounds somewhere around here.
It's probably in the back room up on that shelf that you always overlook. So,
right.
You want me to go get it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
We have a lot of work over the next couple of days. When you come back with it, he hands you a list, and it's a requisition list from the Watch, asking that his shop, if possible, put out 100 shields, and they're a pennant, or what are they called? It's the clip that you clip your cloak together.
A brooch?
A brooch?
Yeah, they're brooches that look like shields, and they have a single shield spell in them. And they're asking your shop to enchant about 100 of those as fast as possible. But that's a a lot of work because every time you do it, you have to cast a shield spell into it. So it's going to take probably 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh, how fast do they want this?
As fast as possible. If you know anybody who's wanting some work, they're paying top price.
Yeah, I guess I can ask around. Do we need to? Are we taking customers, or is this
Not
we're
today, we're
stopping
not.
everything? Okay.
We're stopping everything for this. Once we get this 100 out, we'll see where we're at. Also, we're putting in an order, but everybody is at the moment for higher quality gear because we could do 2 or 3 in a single. We could get top price for those. But at the moment, yeah, they're basically equipping everybody out on the wall with one of these things.
That seems drastic, but all right. I guess we should get to work then.
Yeah. You came in late last night. How was your evening?
It's fine, Come back from the trip and just had some drinks with the crew.
Really? Nobody else? Nobody special?
I mean, some people may have joined us. Yeah.
I know this probably isn't the right time, but you can talk to me about if you have somebody. I'm not as oblivious as I pretend to be. I just don't pry. I let you have that to yourself, but
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Totally.
Again, you don't have to. Just know that I'm here for you. You're not on your own.
Yeah. I don't think I went on a date last night, but I may have, and I'm not entirely sure about what happened.
You mean you were drugged, or you just don't know
No,
what
no,
the
no,
intention was?
no. The intention, we had a nice time, but it was we were not good at figuring out what was going on in terms of communication over whether it was a date or not, and then it just kind of ended, and Olivia was there, and it was very confusing.
Was she also on a date?
I don't think so. I think she was just following me. That was not clear. We did not talk. I was trying to enjoy spending time with a person. And I did.
Well,
very nice.
good.
However, very unsure if that was a date. I have no idea if that
Does it
should
matter?
be a thing. I don't know.
You don't have to put a label on everything immediately. Do
That
you want to go and see him again?
might need a day. Don't know that I ended things great, cause just working on some projects, and just my head's not in the game. Is this a game? I really don't know how to do this.
Take a deep breath. Everybody is as awkward as you are. Some people just pretend that they're not.
That seems incorrect.
But he wasn't able to establish if it was a date either, was he?
He might have, and I did not know.
Okay, that's fair. Well, when will you see him again?
Wasn't established. I know where to find him.
Well, there's if you have a reason to pass in company for your project or something, you could feel it out that way.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if it's a good idea.
Again, there's things can go slow if you want. If anybody needs it to go super fast or to find things instantaneously, then you probably don't have the right motivation. So you can wait a day or two and figure out what you want. Or 3 or a week. Doesn't matter. You don't have to text back right away.
We did not exchange numbers. That did not happen.
Oh.
Don't worry about that. Yeah, I'll take that into mind. Things not needing to move fast. Okay, noted. That a lot of questions. Okay. Should we start on these cloaks?
Pennants, but yeah, the brooches, but yes.
Brooches, yes. That magic things.
Yeah,
that
we're gonna. I was
know.
thinking we could do like a mass. If we spent 3 or 4 days just making them and getting them all ready for enchantment, and then at the end of the day, you could enchant as many as you're able. Then we could just go through it that way. Also, I've put out the word. Anybody who knows the shield spell, they could come in, and I'll pay them at the end of the day for their spare spell slots.
I mean, yeah, I can help with that, I guess. I can send some messages around to some old classmates, maybe?
Yeah, just let them know I'm paying for excess spell slots and they need to know the shield spell.
Okay, I can make that happen.
Great. Let's get to work. Also, your turn to make breakfast.
That's fair. Very fair.
All right, so you guys buckle down for a day of work. Though you do have dinner tonight. Magda, you are the last to roll out of bed. You wake up. Do you stretch, forgetting you have a new tattoo, or no?
Ooh, yep, that's sore. All right. It's like probably 11 noon, around in there. Like drag myself out of bed. Caden, what time is it?
You hear Caden come down the hallway. Yep. It's getting close to high sun.
Oh, it's late. What do we have?
Some breakfast
do we have
downstairs.
anything planned for today?
We're expecting a delivery. Gold from last night. The food.
As you say
meat.
that, there's a knock on the door.
Punctual. There are some. You should take a quick look. Just get some water on those. Change the bandages out. I left some out on your dresser.
Yeah, I'll go do that.
Let me know if you need help.
Mm-hmm.
Caden will go for the door.
Okay, you open it and you find there's a plain dressed man looking for Caden, Magda, one of those two.
You're at the right place.
Compliments of the rook. He hands you a chest.
Big enough to drag it in? How big is this chest?
1,200 gold, so it weighs a little bit, but it's a small chest.
Perfect.
It requires a little bit of setting off to the side, but not that you haven't handled it before.
If you're returning back to see the rook, please extend our thanks.
Will do. Good day. And he turns and leaves.
Drag it in. Find a dark kind of corner somewhere in a closet or something like that. Throw some blankets over top. Just hide the chest.
You note that it's locked and he didn't give you a key.
I'd like to inspect the lock
Okay.
carefully.
Give me an investigation check.
Do I have... No, I don't. Okay. Investigation. Here we go. Oh.
It's definitely a lock. Slightly newer. A new style of lock. You haven't encountered this exact style before. But outside of that, you'd have to take more time to fiddle with it. It doesn't look like it's trapped or anything.
Magda, everything's fine?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just doing something interesting. Just so you know.
Something interesting?
Just
What does that mean?
the chest came from the rook without a key. And
Oh, it's locked?
it's locked.
Hmm.
Just in case you hear anything weird. I would like to try to pick the
Understood.
lock.
Okay, give me a lockpicking roll. You sit down and you begin to look over the lock, and you pull out your tools, and at the comfort of a chair with a light pointed on it, not even an issue. Took you about 23 seconds.
Open it up.
Yep. 1,200 gold.
We're good. Close
All
back up.
right. I'm gonna
He says that
stumble
like a
into the
minute after he said there was something interesting. Like it's not a long period of time.
I stumble into the living room at this point and go, You said there was breakfast?
Not a lot, but we, there's some.
We should go shopping today. Is it meat?
Yeah. It's meat.
All right. We'll go shopping after this. I also want to reach out to Anthony.
Okay. You know how to get a hold of him, so that's not an issue.
I'll just we have, just to make sure I get our timing right. So it's today and the next day is when we plan. Okay, so I'll say I have time to meet you tomorrow morning if you're available.
What time in the morning do you tell him?
Any time in the morning, whenever works for him.
Okay.
But I'll be busy tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
He's gonna show up like absurdly early just to piss me off.
Do you hear the extra commotion outside?
Oh, no. What's going on?
Word on the street, there's another crack in the wall. Rumors are flying. I think it's a lot of fear-mongering, but people are talking about conscription and stuff.
Another crack in the wall. Doesn't sound...
we've been hearing about one for a while.
Yeah, no, I remember that. I just...
Just... Tension's high, people act weird. We should just be careful, I think. But maybe there's an opportunity. Who knows? Change always brings opportunities for people who are looking for it. So,
True enough. Good to keep in mind. Might be... Well, Anthony might know something. Maybe. Lady Gleason might.
yeah, she worries me.
Me too. However, she's not a bad ally to have if we can. Balancing her and the rook is an interesting prospect. But
Absolutely.
I suppose we'll see.
We're going to have to make sure we're delicate, I think, around both. Make sure the
Agreed.
fam is as well.
Yes. Should see what Olivia had to speak with her about.
Right. Okay.
First things first, though, we do need more food than elk meat. I'm going to go find a shirt that doesn't hurt, and let's go shopping.
As you command.
So you head off to do some shopping, replenish probably your liquor and wine and spirits.
Snack food.
Lots of bags of chips. You shop hungry, so you come back with way more than you need.
I do. I think I've heard. Buy a lot of snack food and some nice coffee beans.
Okay. All right. Let's say that it cost you, because you're buying some. We're gonna say that the food and the coffee beans cost you a gold, and then you can spend as much as you want on. Like, tell me how much you're spending on replenishing your cabinets.
Oh, I don't really know how that translates.
Yeah.
Probably I'm gonna try to just like stock as much as possible, just so if we go on more missions, I won't have to worry about it for a while.
Okay, so we're gonna say probably about 50 gold worth of alcohol.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's the good stuff and a lot of it. If there's nothing else for anybody, like a conversation or something they need to have throughout the day, this is the point to jump out and tell me you're doing something else. Otherwise, we're going to move forward to the evening. Clara, you work all day. Olivia and Hurd, you do some sparring. And right about the evening when Hurd, you're ready to, you're all tired out and worn out. Magda, you're getting ready for your dinner with Clara. And,
waiting a guest.
Yep. Where do you guys stay together all evening, Olivia and Hurd, or do you go separate ways?
I guess I'll head out then. Good work today.
You're muted.
I'm muted. Where are you going?
Home? Why? Why?
Oh, I mean, what time is it? It's probably like 7, 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to go? Fair enough.
Alright. I guess I'm kinda hungry. Might grab
Wanna get some food?
Sure.
You and me, sister, getting some food. Night on the town. Talk about Claire and her new boyfriend. Let's go.
Yeah, you're loaded at the moment. You guys are both loaded. So you guys head out to get some food. Where do you guys go? Do you look for a cop bar kind of thing where Olivia would probably be grabbing food on a regular basis? You look for something slightly more upscale?
No. Ain't spending a bunch of money.
I agree.
Yeah. Now that you're loaded.
No, I'm not.
What do you say about this dinky bar over here?
I love Dinkies. Yeah. They got great fries. That's a new thing. We made it. There's a place called
It is. It's called Dinkies.
Yep.
So you step into Dinkies. They have fantastic fries. It's packed, but you grab a seat because Hurd's so big that it's easy to find, and you have a good dinner.
There isn't by chance bluegrass music being played there, is there?
No, there's not. Would you like bluegrass music to be played at Dinkies? Is that a thing? I mean,
I was just really hoping for that. I don't know why.
I don't have any bluegrass music, unfortunately.
No, you don't have to play it. It can just whatever.
Oh, give me a
This
second
is
to
good
find
bluegrass
some.
music here at Dinkies as I eat my fries. Roleplay.
How we world build.
Yeah.
Quick, Matt, start singing.
I don't know how to sing
Banjo
bluegrass.
music. Don't forget about
Grab your
banjo
banjo.
music.
Anyway,
Sounds
while
like
you're
right.
sitting here enjoying your fries, Magda and Clara, when were you supposed to get together for dinner?
Probably around 6.
I was supposed to go there first to Magda and Caden's.
All right. So when do you end up there?
Clara would probably get there early and awkwardly walk past the apartment, trying to kill time because she got there early, and then time her walk up the stairs so that it's a reasonable time to be early, but not as early as she actually got there, and then knock on the door at a little before.
Can I see if Caden sees her walking back and forth?
Can I do a stealth check?
Yes, stealth versus perception. Caden versus Clara. Go for it.
Oh god.
Oh,
Wait.
Oh, so close!
So close.
so close. Nope,
Yes!
you don't notice.
I succeed!
We're still
You guys are
voting
not
for
on your game tonight.
We're not socially awkward. All right, so yeah, you get there. You knock on a door.
You expecting someone? Oh,
Clara.
Clara, right? Right, sure.
Mhm.
I can get it? All right. I
Yeah, I'll
open the
go
door.
get it. Hello! Come in!
Hi! Yes.
How have you been?
Oh, there's some weird new orders from the watch at my dad's store. So we
Oh,
have
yeah?
to make a bunch of new magical items, I guess.
Hmm.
Neither of you knows Shield, do you?
No.
If you do, some money in it. But yeah, I spent the day with my dad. That sounds so lame.
Well, let's get you cleaned up, and you can tell me all about it at dinner.
Okay, how fancy are we talking? 'Cause
nice dress, but not super fancy. But honestly, how fancy do you want to be?
that's a great question. I've never done fancy. So
Okay, well, I have some dresses that I think will fit you. Why don't you just come see them, and we'll just figure it out from there.
got it. I think.
As they disappear, Caden's going to shout through the door, kind of thing, just like, Clara, you said your dad's doing commissions right now, or doing the enchantment work. Does he take commissions?
Yeah, he makes magical items and things. We're currently making a bunch of stuff to shield some protective things, but that's what he does to help him around the shop.
Would he object to a visit?
Oh no, I mean, give us a day or two to finish this order, but yeah, absolutely, we'd love the business. I think I can get you a discount. I'm sure I can.
All right, thank you.
Does Caden want magical items for something?
He probably has some plans.
That's fair. Business is asking less questions, I guess. Yeah, sure. Noted.
All right.
Very unsure of what to do in most things here.
Just put on this dress. Go try it on.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Awesome. Comes out not sure about herself.
I'm not sure where this scene ends, so I'm not gonna.
Well, I was thinking we
away
should
as fantasy people trying on clothes.
to the dinner place.
Okay, so
I
you
can
guys
go
spend
get one.
a decent
What?
amount of time. What's the dress that you end up picking?
I'm letting Magda pick that.
Oh no! I was gonna let you just decide.
Yeah, I think Clara would probably not have picked the fanciest one, because, nope,
Magda
not that
definitely
confident.
offered her a ball gown. Just
Yeah,
saying.
Full, princess style ball gown.
Yeah,
And Clara
oh yeah.
immediately went white. So, which, hard to do, Spring Eladrin. So, she went a few steps down from that, probably what she thought of as the fanciest, but it's probably still pretty simple, dress. Not very, not a show off.
Okay.
And then I assume Magda, do you dress to match?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right.
I
So you
spent a lot of time doing Claire's hair. She doesn't get any ifs or buts about this. Magda braids it, intricate updo, fancy hairpiece. It's gorgeous. I'm so pleased.
This is probably the
Fantastic.
first time anyone's done Claire's hair other than when she was a kid. So
Oh,
Olivia probably tried once when they were real little.
Yeah, we probably did some haircuts that turned out real bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And you make your way to your dinner spot. Where are you taking her? Are you taking her high class, mid class, low class?
somewhere between middle and high class.
Okay. So, you take her to a restaurant called The Real Deal. It's not super high class, but they do sell the reason they're called this is they actually sell real meat. You don't have to buy the real meat. That's the top end of their menu. It's just that thing that they have, when you go to somewhere and they have crab or super high priced item. But the rest of it's reasonably fared, and it's a nice place with comfortable music playing, and you've probably been there a couple times, so you know the menu and you know the prices, but you're not so comfortable that you know everybody by name, and they don't know you by name. So you find yourself sitting there and getting ready to sit down and order. And while you look over the menu, the evening's yours. What do you guys want to talk about?
So, tell me about your date with Sherman.
I'm not sure it was a date. We couldn't agree on that. It was very confusing.
What did you do?
Well, I showed up, and Olivia was there, and didn't seem happy, so that was the thing. Then we left, and went to a place that played jazz, and had food, and talked about magic, and then we danced, and Olivia showed up again, and then he took me home. It was nice, but...
That's it?
Was something else supposed to happen?
Well, I don't know. I don't necessarily want to assume, but I don't know. What was Olivia doing there?
Watching us? I think she got there exceptionally fast, which was weird because we took a carriage. So, not sure how that happened. But, yeah, she was just kind of there, looking angrier the whole night. We lost her when he took me home. So, I'm assuming that she also left. She probably wasn't also having dinner there. She was very clearly following us. That boundaries are not her thing.
That's not fun.
To be fair, I haven't really ever been on an official date before, so, I didn't know if that was what was supposed to happen, if your sibling is supposed to come with.
No. Definitely not. Well, did you have a good time other than that?
Oh, yeah. He was very nice. We talked a lot about books, which is great. He wanted to see if I'd be interested in doing some magical experiments later. I'm realizing that could have been innuendo, and I missed it.
Are you
I may have said
interested
yes.
in doing magical experiments with him?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I feel like I have to get Kieran out of the portal first and figure things out before I go into magical experiments with someone else.
I suppose there is something to consider, and well, you did go on a date with Sherman while presumably dating Kieran.
That's technically correct. You are right. I'm gonna feel bad about that later.
Well, I'm not sure it's
for a year.
necessarily something to just feel bad about, but maybe consider, are you having a better time with Sherman?
Kieran's been gone a year. I feel like I don't know. Sherman's very nice, but Kieran also saved my life, so that's a thing in the same day. So I'm not sure.
Well, why don't we order some wine?
That sounds great, honestly. Let's do
And then-
that.
And then we can come back to these things. Let's order some wine.
Please. Just lots of drinking.
Yeah.
So you order some wine and have them leave the bottle at the table. And order some food. The conversation turns elsewhere for now. Hurd and Hurd and Olivia.
So
Oh, hey, you got it.
nice. So time magic, very powerful, I assume. I mean, for what I've seen from Clara, it's a force to be reckoned with. And I was thinking, if Sherman is interested in time magic, I'm curious what his end goal is here. If it's our sister, or if he's plans to do something devious with this.
Exactly. See, you're on the same exact page as I am here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. I know where he hangs out.
Really?
Yeah. Kind of around the same spot. Are you up for, some.
Yes, I am.
Yes. More surveillance. Let's go.
All right.
Pushes the fries away.
Check. Thanks, Matt, for that banjo, the bluegrass, for as brief as it was.
We're leaving now. What do you need to...
You 3 silver for your meal. Well, 2.5 silver for Hurd's meal and 5 copper for Olivia's meal. Yeah, so you guys head out and head back to the Two Tails, where you're hoping to find Sherman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
it has gotten kind of dark as you're moving through the streets. What was you saying there, Hurd?
Yeah, so it's dark outside. Are there any windows by chance?
Into the Two Tails? Oh, certainly. There's actually like 4 entrances in that,
Is the Two
place.
Tails like a inn, or what is it?
No, it's a bar.
Okay.
It has rooms above it, but it never hangs a sign out for rooms available. It's a bar, and the people in there are almost all associated with the Rook in some way, shape, or form.
I just realized who is going on a surveillance mission right now. It's the best liars in the party.
But because it's a Rook hangout, there are like several windows, but they're all barred. But there's several doors that are locked from the inside, but you could, easily split out of there 5 or 6 different ways. And Olivia probably could guess that there's 1 or 2 secret passages underneath the place getting out.
All right. How are we going about this?
Right, we get all the way up there. We're at the front
and then
door,
we're like, what do
and
we
then
do?
we're like, okay, now what are we doing? I suppose we should have planned this out.
Maybe while we were walking, it probably would have been a good idea. They know my face.
They don't know my face, do they?
I don't. Maybe not.
Then again,
Plus, we could always say it was Lurd and not you.
we have to be careful with that, but I like the way you think.
True. I guess we don't want to get him in any shit too. I guess.
How do we get upstairs? That's what I'm wondering.
Oh well, I mean, if you get up there and get a window open, I could probably get up there.
But they're barred.
Yeah, I can still do that.
You can get through a barred. Oh, your little trick.
Yeah, I've kind of been working on my my echo.
Well, look at you. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Pat her on the shoulder.
Thanks. Oh, sore. So you go in.
As you're standing there, a couple guys walk by. Excuse me, and they walk go in the door.
Maybe we should go sit in the alley or something.
Yeah, why don't we go have this conversation 15 feet that way?
Right, yeah. Shuffle over. Okay. You go in, say you want a room, open a window, and then I go up.
But what I know about this place is it's very difficult to get a room. I'm not sure I'll be able to. If you could scale the wall while I cause a scene inside.
Oh. I could, but do you think that might cause an issue in the future?
I wasn't thinking about the future.
Yeah, I think we gotta. I just.
Consider
I
that, maybe?
Yeah, it seems like we might be doing more. I don't know. Magda and Caden are pretty close to the Rook, so I don't want to mess anything up for them.
You know, when we had this idea to come here,
No, I just want a perception check from both of you. You can keep going.
when we had this idea to come here, I kind of imagined like we'd go to his house and then we'd just happen to see through the window he was, with some other woman. We could be like, Clara, he's a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
But this is much more difficult and complex.
Hurd, as you gesture towards the house, you sort of make a half turn, and you see standing about 15 feet, well, not standing, sort of just slowly walking towards you guys, coming down an alleyway that you're next to is Caden. He looks like he's trying to be quiet, but you sort of know what he looks like, and you pick him up out of the dark.
Olivia, don't look now. Caden's behind us.
Okay.
Well,
Wait. Why? It's Caden. What? Hi.
What are you two doing here?
Well, you see, word has it that Clara is...
We're just doing some more
Sherman.
surveillance.
Yes. Very important work.
Mhm. He's helping me with watch stuff.
Would you like to help? We can use your talents.
Ah, sure. Yeah. What are we doing?
That's what we're trying to figure out, really.
Yeah. So Sherman, he's in here, right?
Usually.
We just want to see what he's up to. Wait, what are you doing here?
Yeah. What are
I had
you
a
doing
night off.
here?
I've been here many times. That's why I'm confused what you guys are doing here. This doesn't seem like your scene usually.
Well, I've been here a couple times recently, but just circumstance. Yeah.
I've got kicked out of here several times.
Yeah, it's normal. Oh, okay.
You're here looking for Sherman.
Yeah.
Really, what we want to do is find some information on him, what kind of guy he is. 'Cause I don't know much about him. I know that he's interested in Clara and he's interested in time magic.
Well, would you like me to fill in some of the missing details for you? You're
Please.
standing outside of the place that Sherman kind of treats sometimes like a second home. This is his place, his people. You don't know much about Sherman at all, do you? I'm a little disappointed, Olivia. I would have thought you would have heard something.
Well, remember you told me he was a good guy, right?
He's a good guy. On the surface, sure. The body count behind him is huge.
Well, see, that's a little confusing because you told me he was a bad guy. Actually, you didn't tell me he was a good guy.
His last few years. Sure. The last few years, he's certainly trying to go legit, it seems. But here's the concern I have. Standing here, seeing two of my friends walk up, talking quite loudly about what their plans are to get inside and see Sherman.
What was that loudly?
Loud enough for me to hear. This this person is the last person you want to get on your bad side. He's hunted down and killed countless people. And not only that, but he has a close connection to both Magda and I through the Rook. The last thing we want to do is have Sherman pissed off at us. I would expect that neither of you would do anything to draw attention to yourselves around Sherman. Nothing that would cause him to give you a second glance, because you'd be putting all of us at risk.
I mean,
You understand that, right?
yeah. I'm doing watch stuff. I'm not doing nothing to affect you guys.
Between you and I don't care about Sherman. But I care what Sherman cares about, because it's what keeps everyone alive.
So you want him to continue with Clara then?
What I know is I don't want to get in the way of whatever Sherman wants. And I just find two watch member and watch member's brother standing outside Sherman's domain feels like getting in his way a little bit, or just getting in his space.
Caden,
While you're standing there talking, Olivia, as you sort of give Caden a once over, he seems to so far be on the level. He was just here for a drink. While you're standing there, a mousy man, a little bit bent over, older, comes out and says, Sherman wants to know if you guys are going to stand out here all night, or are you just going to come in and have a drink?
Oh, Sherman wants to know.
why the fuck does he care?
Well, you're Claire's sister, he said. Why don't you come in and have a drink? It's easier than hiding down in the alleyways.
There's something
Hey,
wrong
Caden.
with us standing here and talking?
You can do whatever the hell you want, but if you want a drink on the house, there's one waiting inside. He turns and walks back inside.
You're gonna get us fucking killed. And Caden is gonna walk in after him.
You're the one that fucking... Okay, Hurd, he told me that Sherman was a bad dude. And he told me that it wasn't a good thing for Clara to be pursuing him. And now he's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. But stay away. It's like...
That does sound exactly like you, Caden.
he-
I'm
You like-
Caden, don't worry about it.
I'm mad. I'm quiet and I don't care. But Magda's the best. Anyway, I'm just. It's just. I'm getting really mixed messages and it's pissing me off.
All right, we finish our food here. Tomorrow morning, we go talk to Clara. We emphasize what sort of danger she's in. With both the men in her life, we intervention with Clara.
Yeah, that's probably easier. I guess it won't piss Caden off if we just talk to her.
Unless you
I
have
just-
a better idea, Caden or Olivia.
Let's just.
Caden walked inside. He
Yeah.
did not want to. There was an invitation from Sherman. Caden follows.
I thought that we all walked in. Did we not?
Oh, did you?
No,
No,
Olivia-
you guys are
Olivia
still
didn't go
standing
in yet.
outside.
Oh,
She was doing her pissed off talking out in the alleyway before.
okay.
Do you then
Yeah.
go in?
Oh, we're gonna do a little bit of more of like, I'm Caden, blah, 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 and then
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if-
Gets up
Hurd
out of the
goes in,
way.
you walk
Well,
through
he's
the door.
away.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Hurd goes in, Olivia will follow angrily.
Yeah, I'll go in.
You come in, and as you enter the area, Sherman is not sitting at his usual chair. He's actually at a table that seems to have been modified. The bench seems to have been modified to hold his weight. And he's sitting there, and Caden is sitting next to him, and there's drinks in front of them, and there's 2 other spaces at the table. And and he sort of gestures at him, as a, would you like to have a drink with me?
Sorry, who did you gesture to?
He's gesturing to Olivia and Hurd. He gestured to you when you came in. I'm assuming you took him up on it.
Yep.
Of course. That's why we're here.
Fantastic. What suits your fancy? We have whiskey. We have ale. We have wine. We have whiskey and wine. Don't drink that. We have bootleg liquor.
I'll try your wine.
The barkeep is listening, but when he waves his hand, he brings over a very old bottle, and pours you a glass of wine. And what about you, Olivia? You're smoking again. You were doing that last night.
Is there no smoking policy here?
No. Just it's weird. I haven't seen somebody look like they're on fire before. But anyway, what would you like to drink?
I'm fine.
I think we're back because he said 5 seconds, and that was 5 seconds. Sorry about all the technical difficulties, everybody. I rebooted a server. We tried other things, but hopefully this hangs on for the rest of our session. So we're going to pick up right where we left off with Sherman about to address Olivia and Hurd and Caden. Less so Caden, more so Olivia and Hurd. And he was talking to Olivia about how, that stunt you pulled last night was a little disrespectful. And if it wasn't for the fact that Clara was there, I would have been a lot more mad. However, out of respect for her, I left you alone. But now you go sneaking around the outside of my place, which you're allowed to. Anyone can sneak anywhere they want. But I'm kind of curious what's going on, and I figure I'd give you an opportunity to sit down and ask me some questions, and we'll have a little bit of conversation like adults instead of sneaking around, keeping in mind I'm better at the sneaking than you are. So, if you wanted to play the game of, sneaking and tit for tat, that's sort of what I'm really good at, not what you're really good at. So why don't you have a seat, and we'll have a polite conversation, and you can ask me some questions and I can ask you some questions, and we can see where we're at and establish the boundaries and, of a professional working relationship. Or you can sit there with your arms crossed and smoke.
Oh, she's the muscle between us. Anyways, what is your interest in our sister?
Yeah,
she's highly intelligent, beautiful young lady with lots of skills and talents, and a lot of our interest across.
So you want to be your friend?
That's a good place to start.
Thought you said a professional relationship
with you.
Working.
You don't want to be her friend? We come as a package, you see.
Does Clara know this?
She's dealt with it her whole life. Maybe not her, but I've been around.
Got it. Well, I'm willing to be friends with lots of different kinds of people. I don't know what we did last night. It wasn't really a date as much as it was just enjoying each other's company. It kind of ended rather abruptly, which is fine, I think. But yeah, it's whatever Clara would like it to be at the moment, I think. She's an adult, a grown woman capable of making her own decisions.
And what is your interest in her magic?
She has a very unique skill set. One that I have only seen a couple times. And as such, I'd like to know more about what she's able to do and what she knows. Also, it's a very dangerous skill set. People with that particular set of skills tend to disappear. So I'd be interested in her not doing that.
Yeah, that's why we're here. We're interested in her not doing that as well.
She just needs to be careful with her experimentation. A lot of people who experiment with time magic end up getting lost in time, I think. I don't really know.
What the hell are you going to do about it?
I don't know. Maybe just be her friend. I don't get the he looks over at you. I don't get the sense that you really know what that entails, but just be some friends who like to, learn things from each other. I don't know. I don't have to plan my whole fucking life. I don't even have to explain it to you either. But
look, Sherman, you're not a fucking idiot. You know who you are. You know the type of person you are. You know the type of person I am. You should understand why I'd have issues with this.
You can have as much issues as you want. I have zero problem with that. Just have them somewhere else.
I can't, because the issue is my sister and you. I can't just leave you guys.
So you control your sister. You tell her what to do and make her do things.
I'm not telling her what to do. I'm just monitoring.
Tell me what to do.
I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm just watching.
Oh, fantastic. So we're all good then.
Yeah, as long as you're fine with me fucking watching you guys as you go on your fucking stupid prancing around the bar thing that you did last night.
It's called dancing. It's where two people move rhythmically to music.
You are really making a great impression, Sherman.
Olivia, I think it's important we all make a good impression.
I'm doing exactly what
Sherman.
I'd normally be doing anytime. Fucking.
Yes, Hurd.
I don't know if you know this about us, but our mother was an Eladrin, and Eladrins have the tendency to let their emotions get the best of them. To be quite honest, well, you told us that you don't appreciate us.
Your mic is super loud.
My mic?
Yeah. That's fine. Just pull it away a little bit. Okay.
You told us that you don't appreciate us sneaking around outside, and to be quite honest, I don't believe that we were. We were outside trying to get our thoughts together so we could have a conversation with you, and it's not going as expected, to be quite honest, because we didn't fully get our thoughts together before heading into this conversation because, well, you invited us in.
Look, I don't want to step on any toes, but you do know who I am. And I'm not patting my own back to say that I have a little bit of swing in this town, a little bit of, I can do kind of what I want. However, the Rook has a standing understanding amongst his people that we don't strong arm people into doing things they don't want to do, for as a general rule, not that it's off the table. And we try to maintain a cordial and polite relationship, at least professional, with as many people as possible. As such, he glances over towards you, Caden. I have no reason to cause you any harm, even if you insult me by gathering your thoughts in the alley next to my place of business, or tell me that I can or cannot do whatever it is I wish or Clara wishes with your sister, or tell me that you're going to be voyeuristic on your sister. That's up to you on what you want to do. But as soon as you start to interfere with my business, at that point, I'll have a small bit of an issue. But at the moment, I just wanted to get an opportunity to let you know where I stand. I'm not going to cause you any harm. Just, be careful. You don't want to. It sounds really like I'm trying to threaten you, and I'm not. But you don't really want to get involved in my business on anything more than you really need to.
There is zero reason right now why we should trust anything you're saying. And why should I trust her walking around with you? Of course I'm going to want to make sure she doesn't get... I don't know what you'd want to do.
Here's what I don't understand. Do you think that if I wanted to hurt her, you'd be able to stop me?
Maybe I wouldn't be able to stop you, but at least I'd be there.
I don't think that you do want to hurt her right now. I'm worried about, what happens to your exes.
I don't have exes.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I don't. I was married once. She died.
Exactly. I shouldn't laugh about that.
That was 7 years ago.
What happened to her?
House fire.
That's
Arson?
tough.
Yes.
Okay, so you just admitted that you killed her? Or is that...
Olivia.
The look on his face it changes from one of reserved professionalism to withheld fury. He is barely controlling his temper right now. And you watch he has a cup in his hand, a metal cup that he's been drinking out of, and you watch as he just crumples the whole cup in his hand, and he doesn't even realize he's done it. It was empty, and it is now just a small piece of cup, metal, like tankard kind of thing.
I think that we should leave.
I'm happy to escort them out if you'd like.
It's fine.
It'll all be fine as long as you understand that I'll be keeping my eye on everything that you do with her.
That's fair. Just don't break into any more of my establishments.
Then invite me in next time and I'll just sit in the corner like a good little soldier.
Well, you'll have to ask Clara for permission on that.
Let's go.
But Caden, if you have a moment.
Absolutely.
We walk away.
Okay. After you leave, he turns to Caden. Interesting new friends you have there.
It takes a while to get to know someone to know whether you call them friends or not.
That's fair.
Tides kind of flow in and out sometimes. It can be difficult to figure that out,
Well, anybody who cares about family as much as she cares about her sister, that's trustworthy people. But they'll also get you into a deep end pretty quick.
It is certainly a virtuous trait to have and one that you'd like to have in friends. I apologize profusely for their disrespect.
They don't know. Ignorance is an excuse in this case. At some point, I'll have to figure out a way to educate them. But at the moment, it's fine. The Rook wants to continue working with you and this new crew that you have. I don't know why he's going around me, but that's his business. So at the moment, it's hands off of you guys anyway. With some leeway there. But he likes this crew you've put together, so
I have the utmost respect for the Rook, and I have been honored that he's chosen us to do some work.
yeah, why is that? Why is he choosing you to do this work?
Again, with all deference, I think, as you said to Olivia, that's something you're going to have to bring up with the Rook, out of respect for his wishes.
Fair enough. Good answer. He looks down at his hand. sort of throws his cup off to the side. Another cup appears next to him, not magically. It's just somebody brings him another cup of. Well, good night. And he just stands up and goes back over to his chair.
Immediately kind of give a nod and walk straight out the door.
Yeah. Give me an insight check on him.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I did a private roll, but it was a 9.
He was mad, but he's still a professional. That's all you can pick up off of him.
If I get outside and can see where Olivia and Hurd went, I would follow to go catch up to them. I don't want to monopolize this roleplay
Right.
moment, though, but I would try to catch up to them to talk to them.
Sure.
Yeah.
You
Olivia's probably just she's whisper yelling at her. Just it's not really easy to figure out what she's saying. It's just angry, like Sherman, Caden, Clara, Dan.
Calm down. Calm down.
It's, the smoke is like billowing. This is. He's just trying to say that he's some kind of good guy, and then he just goes and insults me the entire conversation. It's just fucking stupid. If he wants to get our good side,
you know what, Olivia? I think we learned for sure that this guy is not a good guy, or not a guy that I or you or any of us should feel comfortable with our sister dating. Not that the time guy is any better.
Yeah. We're not gonna. He's too dense. We're not gonna get anywhere with him. I have to talk to Clara.
Interesting.
you catch up right at this moment.
I'm gonna walk up. You see Caden come run, like kind of jogging up, and then stop and look at you both. Take like this deep breath, just trying to calm emotions.
Caden, look what you got us into.
Olivia, I warned you about Sherman not because I wanted you to go trail him. You trailed them and interfered last night.
I didn't.
Listen, just listen, please. Please listen. For your sake, for Hurd's sake, for Magda's and Clara's sake. This man runs the Rook's enterprise. Everything that you may have heard working for the watch, anything you've heard on the streets, any person who's disappeared, person who's suddenly under crushing debt, bodies that have found in the street, is his say-so, not anyone else's. It's this man who runs the day-to-day. I wanted Clara to keep away from this guy, to not make a show. Do not bring a spotlight on her, you, me, Magda, Hurd. And we've done exactly that. The Rook came to us. If you had spoken to me about this, I could have told you more. The Rook came to us. He went around Sherman, and this is clearly Sherman is aware of it. I don't know what that means. But what does that say to Sherman? The last set of lieutenants that Sherman and the Rook were disappointed with, they're gone. And that was all Sherman's hands. We have to be very, very careful. And we have 100%, if we were not already, are on his radar now. We're untouchable at the moment because the Rook has some desire to have us work for him. But we got to be careful. It's thin ice.
I don't know why Clara is the one that started this. She is the one that started talking to him in the first place. Maybe you should have told her at the beginning to stop asking him about all his stupid fucking papers, book things. Like, I understand he's a very dangerous person. I understand, Caden. I know what he's done. I've worked for the Watch for 5 years now, and I have dealt with most of his shit. But I don't see how you can expect me to not act. I am not a passive person.
I think I know you're not a passive person, but Caden brings up a good point. He's very dangerous, and we have to think. We have to be smart about whatever we do here. Quite honestly, I think I've shown tonight that Caden, lead the way. Like, what should we do?
The only protection against Sherman is the rook. That is the only thing we have that keeps us from being 6 feet under this ground below us.
Fine. The Rook is my new best friend then. Fuck. We'll work for the Rook. I don't care. As long as don't have to deal with him ever again. I'd rather deal with the head of the mafia than the fucking uppity... Okay.
Perhaps we could pull a mic.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, explain that to Caden.
Right. Yeah, I understand how that wouldn't be clear. So there's a guy I knew in the Watch, and then in my time in the GTA, he did whatever he could to get me removed from my position of power. And that's how I lost my job. He climbed the ranks of the GTA and set me up for 3 strikes, got me fired, and had it in good with my previous boss, so, or the higher up in the GTA. And so perhaps we could do something like this with the Rook and Sherman. No, he's shaking your head.
This is not some sort of game. You don't just put one pawn against the other and knock it over and say, well, it worked somewhere else. The Rook counts on Sherman to do his work. The day-to-day is handled by Sherman.
Why can't that be us?
If there's one thing that we have demonstrated is that we are in no position whatsoever to do any of the type of work that is needed under this type of umbrella.
I mean, if that work includes arson, then I think you're probably right.
We should keep low, quiet. It has worked for many years. Being just on the edge of this circle, you don't want inside, but outside can be just as dangerous. Being on the edge, just the circumference is enough. We're stepping too deep.
Okay, what about Clara? How deep is she stepping? Maybe we should just go talk to her.
I feel like maybe we need to have a conversation because that relationship would be a liability. I don't think that she's cut out to make it an asset.
What is that supposed to mean?
To make... I have doubts that she would be up to fielding a relationship that would be based on keeping an eye on things as opposed to just being in the relationship, whatever their relationship is. She seems too kind. I am sorry that this night started tense for us. It's not what I meant, but seeing you outside that place terrified me. I didn't know why you'd be coming back. Just... You should talk more. Because this is dangerous.
Just, if you have advice for me next, in any time in the future, fully explain the thing before. I'd like to act as soon as possible if there's an issue. So, if you're going to bring up something as important as Sherman, fully explain it before I deal with it.
You are absolutely correct, and that is my failing. I will do better.
We're gonna have to fucking work together if we want to get anywhere with this. Hurd's fucking talking to me about being heroes, and we're not gonna be fucking heroes if we're acting like this.
We should all be more like Hurd.
So as your conversation ends and you begin to meander down the street, the tension relieved, we go back over to Magda and Clara. You've now well into your second or third bottle of wine.
Magda, just like small question.
Okay.
Not sure how this goes. How's the relationship supposed to work? Like, I don't get it.
Are you talking about this in reference to Kieran or Sherman?
Are they different?
Yes, to an
Oh.
extent. And they're different people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did
you ever date anyone before Kieran?
No.
Okay. How did you end up in a relationship with Kieran?
You know, we spend a lot of time together. Just kind of happened. I think. I don't actually know the timeline of events for that super clearly.
In what sense? Do you not remember?
I mean, he kind of just like became my whole world like overnight. Like at wizard school, you get to a certain point and you're supposed to have a mentor because you're good at something. I wasn't good at something for a while. And then I was. And so Kieran became my mentor. And so just like that was very nice. And he taught me pretty much most of the stuff that I know. So like I guess that's all I've known. I'm saying this out loud and it's sounding very sad.
Yeah, you know that mentors aren't usually supposed to start relationships with their pupils, right?
I mean, I guess it always makes it seem fine.
Well, he makes it seem fine because he wants it to happen, but there's a reason that there are rules about it not happening, and most people don't.
I guess I never really thought about it that much. So how is it supposed to work with Sherman?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it seems so. Sherman is a dangerous person. We know this.
I figured that. There were a lot of lackeys doing things whenever he just said so.
I wouldn't necessarily advise getting into a long-term relationship with him. But if you like him and you want to have fun, I don't see why not.
Okay.
I mean, you're both adults. He's not your mentor. He's not manipulating you with the prospect of learning and magic and trying to belittle you into what he wants. It sounds like he's actually pretty emotionally supportive, so if you like him.
You make good points. How did you get good at this? 'Cause I feel like I'm out of my depth, and you just know a lot.
Comes with the job, I suppose.
At the palace.
At the palace, yeah. And other places.
Other places?
I worked somewhere else before I worked at the palace.
Oh, in the city?
Mm-hmm. I had to be admitted once I was skilled enough.
Like an apprenticeship, I get it. And you met Caden somewhere in the middle of that or before?
Well, before that, we were childhood friends.
Oh, how did you meet back up in the mid? This seems like a very odd job pairing. Is just what I mean.
Well, we were separated for a time when we were, I was 17-ish, and we ran into each other about 9 years later, and I was at the palace. I had just been accepted as their new courtesan there, and he was working as an assistant to another courtesan, and I thought, my old friend, we should work together once again.
And just ever since?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask a very direct question? I
Sure.
promise it's not the Kippen question like before. Just friends?
Yes.
Okay. Establishing where things lie. Not great at this. Did you know about the...
No, I didn't really. What was your childhood like, Clara? I know about your mom, but what about your dad?
He wasn't around. He didn't know I existed until I was like 11.
Wow.
I mean, not his fault. Like, Mom just didn't tell him?
I mean, it's not fair, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I kind of wrote him a letter at one point, and then I sent it in a not super great decision moment, but it turned out okay. Like, he's very nice. He's taking care of me. Sent me to school. Kind of ruined some things with Olivia, but yeah, it's fine, super fine. Me and Olivia, great. You can tell from her following me on a date.
You mentioned earlier that in the same day as your date, Kieran saved your life?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did say that, didn't I? I just went to talk to him. It's just
I thought he was
ask him some questions.
lost in time mess.
Oh, he just can't leave. I can open that portal.
Ah, okay.
So, I had questions. We had to figure out what we wanted to do about getting him out, and there were some eels involved.
Eels.
Yeah, real big ones in the air.
Where did they come from?
Wherever those spiders came from, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a real...
Did they go back in, or?
I very much almost didn't make it out of there, so I don't know. I haven't checked. I kind of just left. I was planning on dealing with that another time. Not myself. That didn't work.
Good. Yeah,
time.
that's good. You might not want to go talk to him alone from here on out, if the eels and the spiders are going to be a thing.
I picked up on that about half a second after Misty stepping to the door. You're correct. Absolutely. And despite everything happening, I still kind of I don't want to leave him trapped in a time vortex. That seems like a bad thing to do to another person.
He's not dead.
Okay, I mean, sure. But he spent 13 years in there.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I do think you should consider. Do you really enjoy the time you spend with him?
I mean, I enjoy the magic I learn.
The magic's one thing. I'm talking about other things. Everything else. Anything not relating to magic.
He can be nice. You guys saw him in a deep moment of stress. I'm sure that given some
moment
time.
of stress, he was an asshole.
I mean, so's Olivia most of the time.
In a deep moment of stress, he saw fit to belittle you.
I mean, that's just some motivation.
No, that's not how motivation works, Clara.
Yeah, sure. I guess that's some things to think of. I'm just gonna drink a little bit more. I wanted to ask, Caden sometimes understands a language I speak.
What language is that?
It's Celestial. I learned it from a slightly weird place, but I could teach you if you wanted.
I would like that. I would like that, actually, quite a bit.
Yeah, I think probably not being the only person who can talk to your best friend in a weird language we don't understand how he knows, that's a weird position for me to be in, so just wanted to offer. And
yes, I would appreciate that.
Yes.
Where did you learn Celestial?
Oh! A book?
Seems like a normal place to learn a language if you have to study.
You're correct. It's a very normal place to learn a language. I probably should. I can show you all the books sometime. Probably should. Maybe Caden would recognize it, actually. I'll remember to do that.
Something odd about this book.
Slightly odd about the book.
To tell.
Found it at magic school.
Just
It's not magic. I
Found it?
will say that. I found it. It's
like
it's a
it
long
was just
story.
on the ground, or did you steal it from a library, or?
I didn't steal it. It kind of
Okay.
showed up after a time. You know, where I accidentally time traveled. It's fine.
You accidentally time traveled.
It's fine. It's great. It happens.
I have to know more about this. This is fascinating.
Just found a door, went through it, saw a guy that probably should be dead, and I found a book.
What guy?
A guy.
A guy. Was he like injured, or did you know him from somewhere and knew he should be dead?
No. It's time travel. I knew he was old. Might be the guy that built the wall. I'm not sure. But I got a book out of it.
The guy who built the wall that is now falling down and has cracks in it?
Yeah, that doesn't seem important, does it?
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
That's fine.
Clara.
I expected that. Constitution.
You're fine.
Cool. I'm sure I'm fine.
Magda, have you been matching her drink for drink, or you've been letting her drink
Probably
more?
right up until this point in the conversation where she just started chugging wine.
Right, okay.
It's fine. Just some straight vodka in here. It's fine.
Vodka and wine? What?
No, this is clearly not actual wine.
No, I thought you meant at the dinner. Like
We could have switched.
I just skip the wine, just bring us vodka.
Honestly.
I feel
mean,
like
yeah,
Magda could very much be Russian enough to be like, no, we're taking shots of vodka.
Just okay, the 2 bottles of wine, that was an opener, now bring out the vodka.
Right.
Claire doesn't know to say no. Let's do it. Just getting real drunk to handle this conversation. Yeah, it's fine. I can show you the book later. I didn't bring it with.
Sure, yeah. That seems intriguing.
Okay. Do I ask Sherman out again?
Do you want to ask Sherman out again?
I don't know. Kinda. He was really nice.
Go for it. I will say you should decide what you want to do about Kieran before
Yeah.
you do something with Sherman.
I don't want to leave him in the time thing. That seems...
That's reasonable. I mean, more in terms of your relationship. I mean, maybe it's a little harsh to pull him out of the time vortex and then break up with him, but
Yeah, that
you
sounds
pulled him out of
mean.
the time vortex, so I think you can deal with it.
That's fair. Yeah, I guess I should handle that.
I mean, you don't necessarily. I don't advise going to the eel room right now and going and breaking up with him. I think you could go ask Sherman out, but just have the decision in your mind
Okay,
and don't go back on it.
that's fair. This has been the most helpful conversation I've had in a very long time. I can't talk to Olivia about this. Imagine trying to talk to Hurd about this.
Do you want to talk about your feelings?
Okay, you have to drink more because you said that. Anytime it's said.
So as your conversation wraps up, you guys enjoy getting absolutely trashed.
I have one more thing.
Okay.
As we're completely plastered. Clara, you want to know a secret?
Yes. Absolutely.
Do you remember the school I told you about? The one that I grew up next to and burned down?
Yeah.
I was the one who burned it down.
That's so cool. You burnt a school down.
Yes, I did. I did do that.
Do you know how many times I thought of that at school?
Just find all the burnable rooms.
Yes. I mean, there are just, you've gone up in my estimation. This has been the best night ever. Just making a note. I kind of just want to go absolutely trash Ash Sherman if that was a date last night, honestly.
Let's go. Let's go do it.
Let's do it.
I will.
We're going.
Support you.
Wait, what time is this?
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
You
way
don't
late.
know.
Way
Okay.
late. You guys have already left.
Okay, good.
I feel like we've had such good communication, and I just want to know.
I know you so much better now.
Yes,
Excellent.
this was so good.
Here, your hairpin is falling out. Let me just.
Give me a dexterity, an acrobatics check to put her hairpin back in with disadvantage.
Acrobatic. She's gonna backflip
Isn't
into
it
my
sleight
hair.
of hand?
What?
Sleight of hand. Yeah, it'd be sleight of hand. Sorry.
Okay.
I just wanted a dexterity.
Acrobatics.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to make it a straight roll.
Okay.
Wait, for this?
Yes.
13. You managed to put it in. You don't.
Cool.
you-
Excellent.
Okay.
yeah, you could do this drunk, apparently.
Of course, it's Magda.
Yeah, Magda absolutely knows how to fix hair drunk. That's not a concern. I absolutely
She's not
would.
the girl in the bathroom who tells her you're pretty. She's the girl in the bathroom who makes you pretty.
Yes. Oh
no,
my
no,
gosh,
dear. You don't want to wear that top. Here, give me that. Do this.
Absolutely. And if you don't think Clara isn't going absolutely trash to ask Sherman if that was a date last night, you're wrong.
No,
So
I did it.
you have a ways to go to get there. You jump on the tram.
Mhm.
Takes about half an hour to get over to that side of town, but you've drank so much that you're still very, very, very
Take a
drunk.
bottle of wine with us.
Oh yeah,
Fair
we're
enough.
like on the train, just like
So-
having a
so you're
grand time.
By the time you were done, ran somewhere around the 10 gold piece. How much do you leave? Like, you just drop a ton, or you pay exact?
I dropped probably I'll drop 15. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, that's a really solid tip for him. Probably equal
We
to
took
2 or
a
3
bottle
months'
of wine
pay.
out, so
I'm very drunk.
Yeah, you guys are sitting on the tram. You make your way over to the Two Tails and stumble your way towards the front of the door. 1 a.m. in the morning.
oh yeah,
Rolling drunk.
oh
Do you
yeah.
just go in?
Like is the door locked or is it like?
It's
I
still
just
open.
go in.
Yeah, I would say we would just like arm in arm go in.
You look around. Sherman's not there. But you
Disappointing.
stand there looking around. But
Who
he's
is
not.
there?
He's not there. The bartender has been replaced by another old guy, a different old guy. They kind of look the same as far as you're
Walking
concerned.
straight up to him.
Yes.
Is Sherman here?
No, I think he turned in for the night about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
Damn. Well,
He gets up early to work out, so he always goes to bed.
He
Early.
works out a lot, doesn't he?
A couple hours every day.
That's a
very
lot.
When you see him, could you tell him that Clara wants to talk to him?
I really do.
Should I tell him you really, really want to talk to him, or you want to talk to him?
I really want to talk to him.
All right, I'll let him know.
That's
Uh,
great.
Sure. And you are?
Clara.
Oh, you're
I'm
the one who
Clara.
really wants to talk to him. Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the other one?
Magda,
Okay.
he'll know
right.
Clara.
Oh,
Clara's
very
the one
good.
that wants to speak to him. I'm just here for support.
She's
Yeah, it
she's
seems
my
you
best
both need
friend
it.
right now, and I just really want to know if we went on a date last night.
I couldn't tell you if you did or you didn't. You'd have to ask
I
her.
know I couldn't tell you either.
This is the subject we need to speak to Sherman about when he has. a
Sherman
chance.
would know if you guys went on a date last night. Sure,
feel
whatever.
like
I'll
he
let him
would.
know.
Just
I'll
tell
let
him
him
Clara wants to
wouldn't.
speak to him. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Look, we're closing up now, so can't serve you. You're clearly too drunk.
Understandable.
That's fine. We have wine to go.
I'll leave a gold piece on the counter for him.
Give me a D20 roll, Clara.
All right. This will be good. Oh, I'm not gonna roll it in Celestial. 6.
As you say, we have wine to go. You gesture with your bottle hand, and the bottle's not there. You dropped it somewhere. You
Oh. Oh.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
That's fine. That's fine. You're so nice. Thank you.
You do drunk. All right.
You're so good at this.
Need an Oscar here.
Acting.
Yes, I need you to talk in regular so we know you're not really drunk. No.
It's fine. It's just so good. Like, it's been the best night.
So, do you go back to Magda's place and that's where you crash for the evening?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't hear
You
back.
make your way back. Sunday morning rolls around. Give me both Constitution saving throws. No disadvantage this time. This is just to see how well you're affected the next morning.
14.
Yeah, you guys, Clara, you have a hangover. Magda, you're surprisingly good for having done this 2 nights in a row. You have a good constitution, apparently. So you both 14, 17. Magda, you wake up with a pounding headache, but not like hangover, like every noise hurts your head. But you definitely need some water. You're dehydrated, and that.
We are both on the couch.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
yeah.
the living room. Did not make it back to the bedroom.
Sure.
Yeah, we're just passed out. Caden's gonna walk out to the living room and probably not be surprised, but also in for a sight.
Yeah. Not one. Yeah. So the next morning rolls around. Caden, you get up, stretch, walk out to the living room. There's Magda and Clara sprawled out on the couch.
Caden's not surprised. He heard them come in. He wouldn't have gone to bed without knowing that Magda was back safe. So he would have heard them come in. That's
and then
fine.
immediately fall asleep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of
probably.
drunk whispering in the door. Get away!
You gotta wake him up. She's gonna wake him up. It's all right. He's probably asleep anyway.
Magda, as soon as she walks in the door, now she goes, Caden, we're home. Go to sleep.
You do that really well.
The morning rolls around. What would you like to do for your Sunday? You're supposed to all get together for lunch.
I'm also going to speak to Anthony.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you told him to come in the morning?
I did, yeah.
Let me check and see what time he rolls in.
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna be great. Are we still in fancy dress?
Probably. Almost
Yes.
certainly.
Not fancy anymore, but you're still in fancy dress.
We are still dressed to impress. We might not look it. Magda always looks it.
He rolls in around 9:30. So you guys are the knocking on the door. Caden would be up before then, but the knocking on the door probably wakes you up, Magda.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get the door, and when I open it up just to crack and see who it is. Anthony, just 1 minute, all right? Just give me just a moment, and I
Sure.
want to close the door again and call out to Magda. You guys, Magda, Anthony's here. I don't know if
Shit.
Clara,
Right,
maybe I'll
maybe I
take Clara.
Yeah, we'll
I'll
go.
lead you up to like
Yeah,
the bedroom or something. Like,
And then talk to him.
Are we just
I'm
gonna
sorry, I
hide in
didn't
the
hear what you said,
bedroom?
Magda.
Oh, I'm gonna go wash my face and then I'll
Okay.
I'll talk to him.
are you're getting up? I wasn't sure if you need to go back to sleep. Clara.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
I can get up. I can go. Are we like going? Are we like going?
That's fine. We can stay.
No. This seems weird. This is weird. Let's just go. I'm sure my dad wants
Is
to
this
know where I am.
Like still in the
Oh, God.
living room or
Yeah. Why don't you just sit, have something to eat? It's
Yeah, it's
no
fine.
rush.
We have groceries. We can make breakfast.
I can make breakfast. I can do that.
Sure.
Do that.
Right.
Very good at that.
Um,
Just go start making eggs and pancakes.
Caden, go make sure she doesn't like burn herself.
Sure.
If I do, I can rewind time.
Okay, and then I go get the
I
door.
have to have you roll for burning yourself.
It's fine.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
I'm using my
DC
inspiration.
10.
I'm using my inspiration just in case.
Okay. You don't burn yourself.
Oh, thank God.
So
I'm very good at
you are
breakfast.
going out, Magda?
I'm gonna go let Anthony in.
Okay. He steps in, sort of, takes a quick look in. His bodyguard slips through the door and gives the place a once over. Gives you a nod, Caden.
Welcome. Sit down, please. You
Sure.
want water, breakfast.
I'm good.
I can make you breakfast.
Clara's here, by the way.
Hi.
Hello, Clara. I'm good. Do you want to go and grab brunch or something, or you're making breakfast? I'm sorry, that's rude. Sure, yeah. He sits down in one of the couches, or the seats, rather.
Magda sits very prim and proper, but her dress is still a mess, hair is a mess. She just washed off all the smeared makeup. She's clearly a little hungover, but she's I'm ready to talk.
Right. Would it be more convenient for you if I came back another day?
No. I think today is best. I don't know what's happening next week.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. First off, I'm sorry. I sort of said that before, but I wanted to say it to your face and well, wherever Caden's at. I got you mixed up in stuff without letting you know the risk you were taking, or the fact that I did not fully understand the risk, and I should not have done that. And I've done a lot of soul searching. Frankly, I behaved as a buffoon. When Hannah told me to go to the palace and I would meet somebody and things would happen, I believed that I was destined to fall in love or something like that. And any relationship where you're paying one party as part of the relationship is not one that's even and balanced and fair, and to think that you would fall in love with me while I was paying you, it's I don't know where my head got, and I apologize. That was all on me. That being said, I do like you as a person. I think you're a wonderful person, and whatever is going on, I think you are going to inevitably play a part in it, regardless of whether you wanted to or not. But I feel like we should separate our previous ties, financially speaking and otherwise, to create an equal footing where we can talk to each other as equals rather than as client and, well, yeah, client and courtesan.
Yes.
So in line with that, I didn't want to just kick you out on the street. I will no longer be needing your services, though I would love to sit down and have brunch with you on occasion, or dinner. I enjoyed our conversations, and I hope you enjoyed having them as well. But I would enjoy maintaining some level of civility, or who knows. And you're currently living in my house, and I don't want to kick you out right away. I said you had 2 months, so I figure I'll give you the rest of the next month so you can find your own place.
Much appreciated.
I feel that's I feel like that's fair. But I won't be available for directly for a while. I'm heading down to the wall.
About the wall, if you don't mind me asking, the additional crack has appeared.
Yes, it appeared last night. Best we can tell, it showed up sometime around 6 o'clock, sometime last evening.
And the night before, right?
Yes, the Friday evening. It showed up around 6 o'clock. Rough estimates put it the crack appeared right about where the wall segments ended. So when they built the wall, they put the last brick in, and that's where this crack has appeared. The other wall crack appeared right where the wall segments started. So that's where that crack is. So they're not terribly far apart from each other. It just didn't get noticed because it was at the top. The problem is this one's a lot bigger.
Wall with this segment of wall?
We don't know. We've begun digging into the guy who built it. We're calling on all transmuters. He was a time wizard, so any time wizards. There's 6 of them in the city, and we've got 5 of them down by the wall. We're missing one of them. He has disappeared.
Aware of that.
But yeah, we are. So the guy who made it was a chronology wizard, and his assistant was a transmutative wizard. And so between the two of them, they came up with this, and then the gods poured their power into it and made it. Anyway, that being said, we are trying to figure out we've stopped trying to make the wall not crack anymore. We're now trying to figure out why it's cracking. It seems to be following some sort of pattern. We don't know what the pattern is, but it is happening. And so now we got to figure out why. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And whether or not it'll continue to crack. So
it seems like there was some fear of something slipping through with this newest crack.
We don't know. We didn't discover it until this morning. This one was big, so something might have slipped through. Hence all the training.
Disconcerting. Yeah.
It is, but you know.
Interesting. Well, appreciate your apology. Caden and I will start looking for a new place to live as soon as we can.
Yes, I'm giving up the lease on this place actually. So once you've moved out, I think I've lost my deposit. He gestures towards the wall, but I'm giving up the lease. I won't be needing it. I still haven't told anybody about what sort of powers I really have. I'm gonna keep those under wraps for now, and I'd appreciate it if you guys would as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about time that I start playing the role that I've been given and start developing some of my own interests. But who knows what's going to happen with what's going on, and it might be good to know how to use that sword that I can so easily grab.
Well, certainly keep Caden and I apprised. When you're able, over brunch, we'll share what we find in regards to the wall and this business with the gods and that marble.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But good morning. And he sort of awkwardly stands up because he's not sure where the conversation needs to end. Yeah, good morning. And
yeah.
He lets
you want pancakes?
I like behind his back.
His bodyguard grabs a pancake.
Absolutely.
He's allowed.
Yeah, he's allowed.
I doubt we even see it. That guy moves like the shadow. It's just like, where'd that pancake go?
Like Claire puts it on the plate, turns, and it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, so they leave.
All right. That's one conversation down. You look like
Did Claire overhear this?
Give me a perception check.
Oh,
how drunk is Clara still?
Oh, I could still be real drunk. I can bring drunk Claire back.
Well, I just want to know how drunk she is.
16.
We weren't trying to be quiet. At least Magda wasn't.
Yeah,
so.
Clara picked up bits and pieces. She's cooking. Caden's there. She's got a hangover, so she picked up that they were talking about the wall in bits and pieces.
Yeah, Claire definitely leans over to Caden as soon as that conversation started wrapping up and being like, Caden, I have really good news and really bad news.
Hear me.
Good news. I have a theory on the wall.
That's
Bad news. It might be my fault. I should go.
Where?
No,
Hold
I
on.
don't think you should go after that.
No, like
No, I'm gonna start like blocking her from leaving. No. Let's talk about this for a second.
yeah, for sure. He said that the guy had an assistant who
Mhm.
was a transmutation wizard.
Right.
Would Clara know if that guy had an assistant before in history?
You haven't
Would
looked at
she
your book
know?
very carefully.
Can she start flipping through that book?
She doesn't
You
have
said
it.
you
You
have
said
it
last
on
night
her.
you don't have it.
It's at home. We have to go back to my dad's house.
What are you thinking?
Why don't
What is
we-
going on?
Finish breakfast. Explain what you're thinking, and then we'll go to your dad's house.
Sure, great. Just
While
like-
that's happening, let's go over to Olivia and Hurd. The night wrapped up. We're gonna move over to Olivia and Hurd the evening before because we never finished that. So your night is wrapping up. You guys walk home. Caden breaks off. Olivia, as you start to get close to your house, you see a shadow cross the stars and land up ahead of you. It seems like a giant bat or something until you get close to where one of the lamps are, and you can make out the fact that it's a giant black bird carrying a backpack on his back. You recognize immediately that it's Trill. And Solomon, your contact said you asked to speak. Solomon pulls his rope off and slides down off of Trill and stands next to him as you approach. Says, you asked to see us?
Yeah. Hurd's gone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, you said Olivia and Hurd, so it was...
No, everyone split their own ways going home.
Okay. Yeah. I just need to meet and just figure out how we're gonna be talking.
Right. You wouldn't happen to know the sending spell, would you?
No. I haven't learned that one yet.
Neither have we. But it would have been really convenient if one of us had.
Yeah.
We could do it the old-fashioned way, dead drops or something like that. I know our two investigations are going to be in two different directions. We're going internally for the watch, and you're working on something else for her in regards to the rook.
Yeah.
Here's she asked me to give you this, and he hands you a very thin folder, Solomon's folder file. What he's been up to.
Okay.
But if you need, we could go with the old-fashioned dead drop location. You can leave me a note. We'll check it on the day or day-to-day basis. Or, I mean, you're still a watcher. You could just come in and leave a message for us. As long as you don't do it too often.
Yeah, I'm just a little concerned about going out on missions or something and needing to contact you while I'm away. We should, can we get Zara to commission some sending spell scrolls for us?
I think I could ask her if she's got some sending stones.
Oh yeah, that'll work too.
All right, I'll ask. It might take a little while. Everything's being shipped towards the wall, so what we're doing is turned into a low priority at the moment.
Yeah. I just thought since we're starting off, I should give you some intel to start off with. The same night that I began the investigation, I noticed Sherman has a very large interest in time magic. I know it's something that everyone finds rather mysterious, but he's...
That makes sense. If you read the file, you'll see his sister was a time wizard.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. I'll have to read through this. I didn't know that previously.
Yeah, it disappeared some years ago.
Okay. That may have something to do with the interest then. I'm just looking for intel. That may not be as...
No, it's good to hear that he's getting involved in it. That means he might head towards the wall. The time wizards are down there now.
Okay. Well then, if you need me to head down there as well, I can I can do that.
I think the main goal was the rook. No?
Well, yeah, but he's connected.
Sure. I mean, you follow any lead as you see fit. That's sort of what you are. But the goal is to get as close to the rook as possible and get some sort of intel that can take him down. Some treasonous or something like that.
Yeah. It's just someone so connected to him, it seems like that could...
Hey, take whatever lead you want. We haven't been able to get in close yet, so...
Well, you make sure you get me any information that you do get, other than, of course, the stuff that you just gave me.
Of course. I mean, this was just the basic file that we pulled anyway, so...
You said this is on Sherman. Do you have anything on the rook?
Oh, I didn't have it with me. There's a file on him. I assumed you'd go and look into that once you got the assignment.
Yeah, I was going to do that. Just wasn't...
No worries.
It's the weekend, you know. Just
this isn't going to be something that wraps up in a day. This could take months and years. So,
yeah. All right. Good to touch base. Looking forward to working with you both. Good work on the last investigation that you did.
Hasn't panned out yet. He got away.
Oh shucks.
That's all right. We got the guy who let him go. We got him dead to rights. He changed the charges for connection to actually our boss, and somebody promised to introduce him, but we can't find who that was.
Sorry, what happened?
A woman promised to make an introduction, get him a promotion in exchange for letting Hurdler go free on lesser charges. But the good news is once we convict him of that, we can arrest Hurdler and he'll face his justice. So.
That darn corruption.
Yep.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing we got. It's a good thing Miss Gleason put something together.
No worries. We'll catch everybody who's taking bribes and trying to avoid justice. That's what we do, right, Olivia?
Well, absolutely. I think that's all I have to report. Yeah.
All right. Good luck.
Oh, yeah. You as well. Have a good evening.
He scurries back up on the back of Trills. Trills says to you, "Have a good evening," and jumps in your own voice and takes off into the air.
I didn't say that though. Oh my god. All right. Olivia's gonna head home and pull out that file and start reading.
Sure. I'll send you an actual file on him.
Okay.
Okay.
Intel on your boyfriend.
Sunday. Now we're back up to the current time. Sunday afternoon. Clara's freaking out.
Yes.
I assume it's probably getting close to the time that everyone is supposed to meet up.
Definitely.
So.
Actually, they could be meeting up at your house if you wanted.
Yeah.
So Hurd and Olivia stroll in, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
I'm hungry as fuck. Did you guys make food?
There's pancakes.
Oh, thank God. I need some pancakes.
I also got some food. And there's coffee beans in there if you want to make coffee.
Wait, there's coffee beans in the pancakes?
No.
Genius. This is a genius invention.
She got you the good stuff. Hurd.
But no,
I
they're
appreciate
in that jar over there. You can make coffee if you want, Hurd.
Yes, first coffee. And then I've got some news for you, Clara.
So do I.
Well, sorry, I was getting a call. You want to go first while I make some coffee?
Not really.
All right, we'll just hold on then while I grind these beans.
Everyone stands like...
During that time, Caden's gonna give a look to Magda, just like a look she would know, like, we need to talk. But that's it.
Magda just acknowledges it, listens to Hurd grind beans.
Okay.
As he grinds his
We all
beans.
do.
Now that I have my coffee, I think that your half-orc friend, is a bad guy. I think he's a real bad guy. I think he murdered his ex-wife.
He has a wife?
He has an
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife?
Widow.
who is dead,
What?
burned
She's
alive.
dead?
Yes.
I give a look at Caden, like, does any of this check out?
He doesn't
I
know
also
off the
look at
top of his-
Caden.
I don't know how much
Yeah.
he knows. I don't remember how much
Yeah.
I told you.
No, but I would say Caden is looking like just a bit exasperated kind of thing.
We did some digging, some investigations, and well, I'm sorry, but you'll have to stop seeing him.
Okay, you don't get to decide that, and neither do you. She points at Olivia. Nope. Look, that's fine. I'm gonna see whoever I want to see. Thank you very much. Whether it's by weird, whatever, time stuck person or Sherman, whatever. Not the important thing. Important
We
thing.
need
Cracks.
to-
Wall.
Talk
That's-
about it.
Okay. When have we ever needed to talk about this?
Well, this is something we did talk about. He's like a fucking mass murderer, dude.
This is news to me. I didn't know this 5 minutes
He's a
ago.
mafia boss. How do you not know?
Look.
Why are you even bringing up the wall right now? All that's... It doesn't have anything to do with us.
I think Kieran has been changing time
God!
and might be responsible for the cracks in the wall, or at least related. And that means I might have done that. So I'm sorry that I'm freaking out about something that's not a dude I went on a date with who killed his wife, or maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, let's talk about that. Why do you think that Kieran has something to do with it?
We have 2 cracks in the wall. Where it started, where the last block went in. Where has Kieran gone in the past? Before the wall started, and when it ended. And there's I have to do some research. I have a book. It's very important that I have to check to see if he hasn't also inserted himself into history. And I'm freaking out.
So I'm just gonna start out by saying I was right.
Okay. I punch the wall.
You break your
Give me
hand!
an athletics check.
I don't have inspiration.
He's really not getting his deposit back.
9.
No, not very satisfying.
Okay, I look very disappointed at my fist.
I mean, okay, so considering that, we will also consider my negative reaction to the next boyfriend that you're starting. So maybe my opinion isn't the most invalid, but okay, we'll talk about the wall thing.
Then the abusive time wizard.
Okay, are there any open flames in the room?
Yes.
They are flaring as Clara controls flames unintentionally.
Okay.
Just
We
like,
burn the pancakes.
yeah, there's some that have not been burned. It's not that mean. But
No, it's
yes,
just the ones that were.
whatever's
cooking at the
on there
moment.
now is burning, as she is very mad. My life is weird. Thanks to a lot of you guys. And she's pointing at Hurd and Olivia, not at Magda and Caden. They have nothing to do with this. What I do in my spare time is, okay, potentially now ending the world. I understand this. I'm sorry. I need to get my book. Like, right now.
Let's go.
Okay.
Go get your book.
Alright.
She's
Turn
booking it.
off the stove.
She
Everything
snaps
go.
her fingers and the flames extinguish.
Alright.
You make your way back hurriedly, in a panic, pushing your way through the crowds that are in the streets back to Arthur's house.
Is there a message from Sherman?
Oh, is Sherman there?
Sherman's not there,
Oh god.
Damn.
but you burst through the door. The bell ding, ding, jingles as you burst through the door. Olivia, Hurd, Caden
We're
and
also
Magda,
still in fancy dress.
right,
We have not
trailing behind you. Your father looks up and goes, "Oh, Clara, you."
Hi, Dad. These are my friends. Also Hurd and Olivia. You've met Hurd before. Hi.
I thought
I
he went
have to go
jail.
to my room. And she just books it up the stairs. She can leave everyone
Somebody
else behind.
stopped by. Okay, whatever.
I'm Magda. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. It's nice to meet Clara's friends. I don't remember her talking about you. How long have you known her? You go to school with her?
Who stopped
No,
by?
You had breakfast.
Did have breakfast, but I appreciate it.
Such a pleasure to meet this incredible wielder of a creator of magical items that we've heard so much about. Clara you have raised a lovely, lovely daughter.
Well, she did a lot of it herself, but she is an amazing woman and responsible for half of the inventions in here.
This is incredible.
It's impressive.
She is quite the tinkerer. Hello again, Olivia. Hurd. Good to see you're not in jail.
Oh yes, it's good to be out of that place. How goes the shop?
Oh, very busy lately. But are you guys going off on another adventure, or am I going to have Clara for another couple of days? We have a lot of work. I'm wondering whether I need to hire somebody to start working here now that she's taken to the adventuring route.
I think we may be preoccupied for a bit.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll start
you
to
might
look
wanna-
for.
Pressing matters.
All right,
Apologies.
Clara, you get up to your room, and you start looking for your book. Well, you know exactly where it is. It's the same place that you've put it every single time. Yeah.
I have so many books.
Well,
Sorry.
no, this is a special book. You know exactly where it's
I know.
supposed to be. But you open it up, and give me an investigation check.
Fuck.
But this should be something you're good at. It's intelligence based.
I know. You say this.
20. I don't
20.
know what you were worried about. You have like a plus
When
6
it
to
matters.
Okay. There's nothing, as you scan through it, two things strike you. One, the book's a little bit longer than it was before, the last time you read it. And there's a post, so you know how there's a prequel or, an introduction in the book? There's an epilogue sort of thing, but it's not, this is a journal, so it's somebody has added another couple of pages to the back of the book. And it is the writer of the book, Max, who added the pages. And he talks about meeting a guy when he started the wall, who took an interest in how the wall was being made and what they knew about the curse. And the guy claimed that he was a time traveler, and that is something that he did not think was possible. Then the guy left and came back and knew mostly everything there was to know about the creation of the wall up until, and he just appeared. And so there's just a caution, and I'll send you the text, but there's a caution about time traveling inside of the dome. If that were to be a thing, it could be very dangerous for how the wall was built, because the wall is infused with time magic to make it last a very, very, very long time and never break down. It's effectively slowed down time, and were you to travel in time, who knows what would happen? It might accelerate the time back up, and the wear and tear that would be on the wall might start to happen. So it's something to be aware of, especially, so just be caught, there's a caution there addressed to Kieran. If you ever read this, Kieran.
Shit, from downstairs, you just hear her just yell.
Arthur starts dashing up the stairs. Clara, are you okay? What's wrong?
Everything? Look, Dad, let's go back downstairs. And she's taking the book and taking her dad, by the arm, back down the stairs, being like, okay. It's fine. Everything's great. Everything's super
That didn't sound
great.
like great.
Yup. It's coming back to everyone. Just like nails in her palms. Yeah, so Kieran changed the timeline.
Your
What are you talking about?
professor?
Yeah, he's doing some stuff. We're trying to figure out time travel. That's a thing that he's doing, and he did
That's
it.
the thing. Clara, you know not to mess with fake. There's limits on magic.
I would say that this one is very much real.
Kind of looks at all of you, how you're treating it seriously. It's real. Oh man.
Yeah.
The Bureau of Magic found out about this.
I think that's the least of the concerns right now.
I mean, if the cracks in the wall might be a concern, right?
Yeah, that might also be a thing. So, did Kieran mention when he was going next?
When he was going?
Yeah.
No, you left too quickly.
Fuck.
No, he said he was when the wall ended. So he said he was gonna, since he didn't get much information when the wall started, so he's gonna jump to when the wall ended and see what he could get. And he hoped you would bring him back after a short period of time, so he wasn't trapped there for years.
Yeah. When the wall ended, like when it stopped being built.
Yeah, when they finished the wall. So
Great.
when the last block got placed.
Yeah. So this book belongs to the guy who made the wall. And it's different. And
So, I'm thinking that maybe you talked to Kieran,
yep.
and then that night the crack appeared.
Yep.
Maybe don't talk to him again until you're ready to, like, bring him back.
Yeah, but I feel like we should bring him back. Like, now it seems really important that we bring him back to stop him from changing things.
Yes,
Or
I would
causing this to
agree
be
with
worse.
that. However, no more, like, intermediary steps.
Yes. I agree with you completely. So we need some azurite powder, and we have to deal with a lot of eels.
Okay.
Eels?
Okay, I got it.
Feels, yeah.
Okay,
We're struggling with a lot of emotions.
What reason? Please explain to me what reason I have to not go to my captain right now and tell them that that asshole caused this whole problem.
I will
With
probably
the-
go to jail.
You didn't have anything to do with it.
I may have helped make this experiment.
Is the proof of that?
So you know when we went to his house and there were notebooks?
Right.
Some of those were mine.
Aren't those the
One's-
ones that are missing?
One is missing.
God damn it, Clara, you're a criminal.
Yeah, I'm a time criminal, and I don't know what to do with that.
You said that as
Don't
if
worry. We'll be able to sort this whole thing out. We just have to head over to the Bureau of Magic and explain what's going on. And there are people over there who can take over the whole thing.
How long has it been of us talking?
You guys have been a couple minutes.
How long has he heard about the time travel?
The whole time.
I can't make him forget that.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I haven't talked much with this guy, but he's actually seeming pretty straightforward about all this.
Who?
Olivia, what we
Olivia's
discussed
dad.
last night.
I mean,
let's-
Clara's dad.
We had discussions about this kind of thing last night. We don't want to rush off and do something. Stay low and we learn more. We can't just rush off to do
says-
something.
that we can trust the Bureau of Magic.
Well,
It's
it's their
law.
job. Their job is to regulate this and control it and handle the
No.
experiments. And this is just an experiment gone wrong.
I turned to
I'm
her and- I know you have the best of intentions, but don't you dare say a single word to them. Do you understand?
But Clara's in trouble.
Yes, and she will get in much, much, much more trouble if you tell them.
You think so?
Yes.
Dad, I think I'm causing the wall to fall apart. I think I'm in trouble.
We should stop that. Stop
Yes.
doing what you're doing to make the wall fall apart.
But then I leave Kieran in the past to do whatever it is he's doing.
We'll bring him
and
back to the
changing things.
present then.
That is
I
what
need
we're talking about
azurite
doing.
powder for that.
Oh, I thought you said that was for a tiny thing.
I lied. I'm sorry.
How much more did you lie about? You weren't even staying over at your friend's house, were you?
When?
Ever?
I don't know. Look, I
Right,
probably
right.
need
Not
to talk to
important.
more time magic knower people.
They're down all by the wall.
Shit.
I mean, you could head out there.
Yep, I could.
Azurite powder. Azurite powder. Where could we get some azurite powder? It's not a whole lot of places you're going to get. How much do you need?
It's about 3,000 gold worth.
He just jaw drops.
Yeah, you see,
That's-
why I might be stressed the past few days.
You're going to have to involve somebody. You can't just... Or you're going to have to... No, you can't steal that kind of powder.
Speaking of somebody, Arthur, you said somebody was here for Clara?
Oh, big green guy. Stop by.
How long ago?
Oh, this morning, about 9 o'clock, roughly 9-10 o'clock. Said he had just finished working out and decided to swing by.
Sherman is interested in time magic. Maybe he knows something.
Oh, come on, Clara.
What are our other options?
Let the wall break.
And with that, we're gonna end our session.
Why is so much to talk about?
Well
done,
done,
everyone.
Matt. That was some good plot hook shit going on there.
Yeah.
That was like, let me drop in this from a few sessions ago and this from a few sessions ago, and now let me just pull them in all at once.
Yeah.
I may have started having a full-on anxiety attack as soon as Anthony started talking.
Well, everyone, thank you all for watching and sticking around in spite of our technical difficulties that clearly got cleared up. Not Anthony, Kieran must have been doing something with the time vortex to screw with our tech. But we will be back here next Wednesday, ready to pick up at this conversation, find out what Clara and company now are going to be doing about her boyfriends. And the world ending. Maybe we'll have a chance to dig into what's behind that wall. Anyway, join us again next Wednesday. Join us with Caden's cat, and the rest of us. We are happy to have you all here. And as I say every week, think about somebody you haven't talked to in a while and give them a call. They probably need it, especially during this time. Or maybe you need to talk to somebody. Anyway, we love you all. We'll see you next week. Bye.